Terra Invicta, we've returned. We aren't far ahead. I don't have much to fill you in on. The only major action that I've taken is to launch probes everywhere in the solar system. Didn't cost that much resources, so I thought might as well go ahead and do it. We are about to launch an alien capture mission. I suppose we'll talk about the researches. We're doing 40mm autocannon quantum batteries, trying to fill out all of those little ship creation necessary prerequisites. The aliens are about to get super duper mad, and we will not have ships to defend ourselves. We also don't have station defenses yet, so we're just going to have to eat the counterattack. It's, you know, we have no capability of stopping the counterattack that's going to come if and when we capture an alien. Molecular assemblers. I think we were working on this last time. It's a step towards diamondoids to get the type of armor that we need, and of course, manufacturing as well. Someone pulled up terrestrial military science, and I am going all in on that. This does not show up on the tech tree. I only know about it because I've beaten the game at least 3 times. So this is more like big spoilers here. By capturing the aliens, we will start unlocking hidden tech tree options that lower the amount of hate. Well, technically it raises the capacity for hate that the aliens have for us, allowing us to get more and more mission control. As you can see, if we are getting close to like the 90 to 100 mission control cap, we're in a bad spot right now. We want to either lower this, which hurts me so badly on the inside, or we need to raise the capacity for hatred that the aliens have for us. And it's going to be through terrestrial military science, we can get arrival security. So we want to seize control of this concept and force it towards arrival security. Arrival security should lead into stuff like strategic deception, Maskarovka. I think there's a third one as well. It's okay. When we start down the secret spoiler line, we will know. We'll know. But we need to be ready for it. Which is to say, you can definitely beat this game without being on the bleeding edge and knowing like exactly where to go, but you could also get 20 hours in this game and realize you've made a bunch of mistakes, need to go back and start again from the beginning. And there are multiple paths to victory because of the randomness of the tech tree and what the AI might research and what countries you have available and what counselors you're getting regularly and the missions they have. Like, for instance, very few of my counselors have surveil location, and only one of them had inspire for a long time. So we had very narrow mission options in that regard. That changed the gameplay. Your gameplay, I don't want to say it's like rogue-like. Maybe it's a little bit more like rogue-lite, perhaps. The overall goal will always be, for most factions, to drive off the aliens. But how you accomplish it and how you are flexible in that response will change. Wow, okay, so this is a 4-minute long intro. We're starting to shave them down. Oh, a second alien showed up. I suppose we should cover that. A second alien has showed up in our territory. Alpha 3, since he's one of the first 6 aliens, he's going to be old school. He's not going to have second wave. And while we are capturing the first alien, we have 2 other counselors trying to get intel on this guy so we can start stripping him. Our command counselor is guarding the guy going in for the capture.
We've got the package.
We got him.
It is impossible to describe the sensation of gazing upon a creature from another world with one's own eyes. No words could adequately explain how uncanny it feels to see such a thing move and draw breath, and turn its own unquestionably alien eyes upon us. Even had we sent a poet, they would not be able to convey the mingled sense of awe and wrongness, the terrifying privilege of beholding something that does not resemble anything else in human experience. The shape of the hulking skull, the tendrils that danced unnaturally within the mouth, the way the light plays across flesh textured and patterned like nothing else on Earth. Even these beings' sounds challenge our very definition of language. The idea that we could ever know their minds seems for now frankly laughable. Let us hope that will soon change. Wow, I'm dying on reading comprehension here. Regardless of the fleeting encounters we or others might have had previously. And no matter what happens next, this is a watershed moment, never to be forgotten.
We've got a live one, Commander.
The operation was a success. Our capture team identified their target and fought a chaotic but ultimately successful engagement that ended when they inflicted targeted injuries to disable the Hydra, while avoiding its 3 major nerve heart clusters. As a precaution against ferrocite exposure, we are quarantining 3 team members whose suits tore during the mission, but the capture operation was completed without fatalities. We are one step closer to our goal. The Hydra has been moved into our containment facility. It is still recovering from its injuries, but our observers report that they can already see signs of regeneration. They will let us know once it regains consciousness. We have been aware for some time that communicating with the aliens will be a challenge. A team of linguists have been working on the problem, and they believe that they have developed a baseline vocabulary that would, if our theories are correct, allow us to communicate with the captured Hydra via a combination of chemical and auditory means. They are requesting priority access to the containment facility to complete their research. We have detained Alpha 2 for interrogation. You can see the hate meter has popped off.
We've got some intel on our target.
Well, if we can capture Alpha 3 as well, they're going to be real mad. We got him twice.
Violence is abating.
All right, let's take a look at this bad boy here. And he says security is very low. Interesting. What you want? You want them to have low security. These guys have Pavonis Instruments. Pavonis is the same name as the company that makes this game. Okay. This is where all the investigate stuff went. Nah, we want this. This +3 orgs thing, we want that for sure. I want to strip that off him before we bring him in. Uh-oh. All those Ceres bases went up and caused us some slight overage issues. We can undertake Pan-Asian Combine, which is needed to make Pacific Defense League Japan, and also Super China. Well, we'll keep that on the side. We probably won't accomplish it anytime soon, but... Okay, well, at only 3% to try to strip this stuff off of the alien doesn't really seem worth it, you know? We'll just capture them and it'll go back into their pool or whatever. Alright, so we're gonna defend Zelem.
Defending the VIP.
What's the op?
Dell's gonna go in for the capture. Now, this seems like a high chance, but this guy could move out of EU territory into someplace we don't control and have an enormous economy and local security at, so, you know, we can't really risk it. We can't risk getting fancy here.
Now as then, territorial disputes boil down to one group of people gazing upon a new land and calculating who would need to die so they could own it. Thousands of years of purported civilization have done so little to curtail our most basic reptilian impulses. Commissioner Kiran Banerjee, speech at the United Nations.
Thanks, Kieran. Such a dark thing to say. We want arrival security, and we want it now. Bada bing, bada boom. United North America, this is pretty strong. I'm going to add it to the list, although
Our interests.
On guard.
no one
I
controls
believe they'll stay
basically
loyal to the cause.
the United States, so it's not going to be useful for a while. Xenoforming activity in Poland. It's this motherfucker. Get out of Europe. No illegal extraterrestrials.
Target secure.
We got him, motherfucker. We got him. I'm all the bad guys, motherfucker. We got 2 aliens in the holding tank. They are gonna be so mad. They are gonna retaliate, and it will hurt. Okay, 40 Mike is down. Let's take a look at my list of quality choices. We need a good heat sink, and we need the Athena torpedoes, quantum stuff. We actually need the torpedoes pretty badly. That's going to be our primary. Artemis ain't bad. We'll probably go for... Well... We could just go for Hera torpedoes, right? Are they good? What's the biggest difference? 80% damage to armor. 7.5 Gs. Now that's going to be pretty important, is how fast they're traveling. So this is 9.1 Gs. So it's less damage, but it's way more likely to hit is the deal. So I'm going to unfavorite that. We're going to just go ahead and try to pick this up somewhere out there. I'm sure people are screaming. Gotcha! Gotcha! He's coming home with us, boys.
Technically, he is more of a supervillain, but he's still my favorite. He's a survivor. He's uncompromising, and he does whatever he must to achieve what he believes in. Cool helmet, too. Colonel Hans Castillo, text message to his nephew.
Yeah, that's clearly a reference to Magneto.
Magneto was right.
Alright, they're picking up self-repairing software I'm not familiar with. Oh, white-collar automation is pretty important. I believe we need white-collar automation in order to pick up Devolve Space Command eventually. Good, good. Excellent. Self-repairing... Okay, so I believe Devolve Space Command, we need self-repairing software, applied artificial intelligence, white-collar automation. Good. Excellent. Okay, you can see we've taken first place across the board because of our high science. However, we do also need to start Hydra language research, and it is going to take quite a bit out of us, unfortunately. This is probably an alien retaliation fleet that's going to start blowing up either the Luna bases or the space stations we have in orbit. And it will be savage in its response.
Move the needle.
Okay, well, this guy's arrived. Oh, I was wrong. He is bringing one of the replacement second wave aliens to Calgary. Oh, neat. India has a GDP of 11 trillion, and we've got 11.1 trillion in the EU, which means the combined official forces of the EU, not including some of its constituent member states that have yet to fully integrate, is bigger than the entirety of India. Nice work, Europe. Mars Metals 1 has reported an unexpected yet welcome discovery. Sorry to clear my throat there. During a routine excavation, A sudden rockfall exposed previously undetected deposits of valuable materials. A subsequent resurvey by our exogeologist confirmed the findings. These additional reserves will no doubt be able to sustain our operations in the solar system for decades more. Mining all basic space researches already present on Mars Metals 1 will increase by 25%, which means our chief metals area is metal-tastic now.
Org acquired.
We got the security org that was left behind when we killed them bad no-no aliens. Just gonna sell that. But now the aliens don't have it.
That senators demand that we deploy rifle companies to patrol the suburbs for aliens is foolish for so many reasons, not the least of which is that they may not be sent home when this is over. Commander Fiona Ayawade, Private Correspondence.
Wow, startlingly prescient, or maybe just observant of the past. Now, I don't know that we want network global defense immediately. There are some other thoughts here. If we pick up mission to Venus, it allows us to get closer to mission to Mercury. If we force mission to Jupiter, you can see that the number of habitat mining modules can control increases, and part of the massive pile of mission control we have is that we're currently way over our mission control number of mines. This would greatly reduce the apparent mission control that we're using. So, thing is, I don't really want to go to Jupiter right now. That's the thing. I don't know that that's worth it. Super alloys is needed to go towards diamondoids, I believe. We need super alloys to help with advanced fission systems at the very least down the line. So an applied artificial intelligence gets us toward Devolve Space Command. So actually, that might be a good one to post up. Just force everybody to help research it. We are gonna fully back the Hydra language. I believe tokamaks are a sort of fusion, so we definitely want to be working towards fusion technology for sure. Now we still are in control of everything, huh? That's where I wanted to be, but it's just weird to see.
Where do you need me?
Well, we are going to make a move on the birthplace of democracy, Greece. We're going to flood the zone with a ton of boosts. Wow, Protectorate are so big here. We're going to try to edge them out of public eye, and then we're going to start hitting them with crackdowns and try to steal it off of them. Protectorate will be hella mad about that shit, but that's their problem.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
All right, we finally got quantum battery. We chose a missile, right? Yeah, we had to switch out of it because we went to the Hydra language. Yeah, so that's fine. We're on our way. We're still there. We're still moving. This might be bringing another alien to come crash down. Could we capture 2 aliens, but only one has been replaced? Volcanic studies. An opportunity to study cryovolcanoes presents itself. A cryovolcano is a type of volcano that erupts volatiles such as water, ammonia, or methane into an extremely cold environment that is at or below their freezing point. Cryo lava is usually liquid and can form plumes, but can also be in vapor form. After the eruption, cryolava tends to freeze into a solid form when exposed to very low temperature, opposed to the very low surrounding temperature, building up the volcano's conical shape. Our base, Belta Loda Base 2 on Ceres, give us them unique opportunity to observe this phenomena, and a small study is already underway. I want to perform extensive analysis. We've got the money, we've got the boost. Bring me the science. Yes, we got the science. Now we're better at shooting missiles. Okay, let's update my sheet here. Super alloys is underway. I forgot to do that. My notes say we wanted it by 2038. Quantum battery, done. Torpedoes, done. We are working on diamondoids, so we'll concentrate on that for adamantine armor. We need a solid heat sink. It's probably going to be a material science research. Here's molten salt for 1500. Here's nanotube armor. That's not bad. Oh, radiators. Nanofilament radiator is pretty damn good. We definitely want one of those. And you know what? It costs more than molten salt, so it's usually, but not always, a pretty good bet that it's going to be higher tech. Some of these upgrade choices are not as straightforward as that, but I think that for radiators, there aren't that many of them. Each one is a clear increase over the next one. All right, so heatsink is done. Let me mark that off of the list here. So we just need armor. And I think we might be... Oh, we want magazines as well. We want to, I don't know, study the concept of using missile magazines in space, I guess. I don't know. I don't make the rules, man.
Enjoy your wealth and status while you can, my friends, because it is your certain destiny to eventually put yourself out of a job. Chancellor Li Qingzhao, presenting an award for AI Outstanding Case Practice.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get self-repairing software solved by 2029. We definitely will need aliens' help to get there, is all I'm saying. I've seen ChatGPT, bro. Brah. Alright, what do we want now? Super alloys, maybe?
Is moving in our direction.
Well. Smuggling ring. We are receiving reports of contraband being smuggled aboard Earthlife 1. With more people going into space than ever before in human history, it should come as no surprise that some of them are abusing the opportunity to bring narcotics and other undesirable items with them. This is already causing a loosening of safety and maintenance standards that we frankly cannot afford in an ever-dangerous environment of outer space. We can look into it quietly. We can enforce stricter protocols by reducing our boost priority, which I think honestly would be fine. I don't know that we want to fail, or we can try to pick up the smuggling ring. Actually, let's try that. Nope, we failed. That's fine. It's probably going to come running back around in a minute.
Policy direction complete.
Okay, unifying with Italy. Now that's a solid contiguous landmass.
Policy direction.
And federating with Norway. Fantastic.
The LZ is secure.
Astronauts on strike. The crew of Mars Nobles 1 are demanding additional salary. They claim that their current salary is insufficient compared to the responsibilities, arguing that without their efforts, the HAB would have suffered a critical failure long ago. Subtly, it is implied the threat that if we don't comply, some unfortunate accidents might occur at Mars Nobles 1, and the crew might even consider approaching the Academy for a better deal. We can negotiate, but possibly fail, or we can just pay $10,000. That's fine. We have $10,000. Be clear though, that's not really $10,000. These guys are asking for millions of dollars. Wow, that freed up a bunch of control point space for us. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Standing by.
Acknowledged. I will try to sway the public.
Standing by for orders. Making our case. Where do you need me? Going into hiding.
Standing by for orders.
Oh, where the fuck is Zelolim? He got detected by the aliens. Yikes.
Initiating deep cover.
Your orders?
We're getting detected by the aliens all over the place.
Initiating deep cover.
Ready to go.
Everyone duck and hide.
Going silent.
Hunkering down.
Going silent.
Hunkering down.
Evading pursuit.
We have completed the Hydra language project. While it will take some time to fully comprehend the Hydra language, we have now identified sufficient patterns and repeating elements to establish the core concepts behind it. Essentially, their method of communication is twofold: an auditory aspect much like our own, and perhaps more importantly, a ferrocite-based aspect which chemically and wordlessly conveys the emotional context of their otherwise functional speech. We can now proceed with direct translation of the spoken element should we wish it. It remains to be seen, however, how effective any attempt at communication will be without replication of the chemosensory element.
Commander, we're finally getting somewhere with our captive.
The linguists have compiled enough data from the captive to establish a sort of Hydran Rosetta Stone. By listening to the aliens' clicking noises compared to every recorded instance of alien audio we have, and by measuring it against filtration readouts, the team believes that their system is 70 to 80% accurate. The process still needs refinement, but it should be enough to conduct a crude interrogation of our captive Hydra. Unfortunately, while we can approximate the auditory component of the Hydra language, the emotion and meaning conveyed by the Hydra ferrocites have proven far more difficult to translate. Subtleties in the Hydra's communication will probably be lost, and we may struggle to convey our own intentions in any great detail. We still need to interrogate this bad boy. And look, here's a magazine. Alright, so Hydra interrogation is on the menu now. 20,000 research. It won't be done until February of 2030, with us putting our full effort into it and an enormous amount of bonus xenosearch. Yikes. This has cost us super alloys. I mean, we control 2 of the 3, which is incredibly very good, but I would prefer to control all 3. I would prefer to control everything. I would prefer to be in charge.
Their control is vulnerable now.
So without clear and easy access to diamondoids, seems like that's going to take a while. We are going to sidestep and pick up nanotube armor I don't like having to pick armors that are, or even any technology whose predecessor is so close to it, but we're probably years out of reach of finishing Diamondoids now that we've lost control, and yeah, we need to get a ship sooner rather than later, just to kill one alien ship, knock that surveillance ship out of the sky, get its, recover its resources, get the good stuff out of it. It's a loot pinata.
We can speculate about where these bloody things came from until the cows come home. But right now, all that matters is whether or not we've got something that can put a bullet square between whatever the hell they call eyes. Commander Fiona Iowade, secure correspondence.
Based in Iowade pilled, honestly.
The people will come to our side.
Alright, so we can see the apparent and possibly also real loyalty of many of our agents. We're at 15 plus across the board, I think. We've got our turned servant agent who we've had for such a long time who's been feeding us intel. Yeah, I mean, I think that picking up Dana and Tari as our evangelist final agent has been working out great in terms of cleaning up house and making sure that we all stay very, very loyal. We're probably coming to the end of this episode. Honestly, I feel like this has been slightly more than an hour, but given the amount of silent non-talking, some big story stuff happened, so it was probably worth making sure I was recording, but like, this is how it's probably going to go from now on. Like, there will be long stretches of just minor management stuff, enough to keep me engaged, but not enough to keep the audience engaged. If you're doing it for yourself, it's probably very interesting. It's less interesting to just be like, all right, well, here's the 300th turn of managing the European Union's economy. The Haunted Forest. Several people have been reported missing after failing to return from a local forest in the Amsterdam region. Rumors are already spreading that the forests of Amsterdam are haunted. Let's dispatch a mission there. Or things could go really badly. Or things go very badly. The mission is successful. Recent alien activities are... Alright, Amsterdam. Alright, Amsterdam.
Initiating deep cover.
It may be worth putting a freeze on doing more Inspire missions.
Tell our story.
I'm not sure we're gonna get a lot of extra extra leeway maybe out of having more of those missions. Everybody's loyalty is so high, it doesn't really feel like bringing it even higher will do anything. Probably we're out of the range for anyone but the strongest enemy counselor to stalk one of us down and try to turn us. Wow, the United Kingdom is fully out of humanity first range. It might be worth me getting in there and cracking that bitch open. They are trying to... They just built a new army, and I think they're trying to build up a navy to ship their dudes overseas, so... Rule Britannia, Britannia, rule the waves. Britons never
We found
shall be slaves.
It is only a matter of time before this rush for gold turns red. To staunch the flow of blood, other nations will send their own armed envoys. It is in our best interest to be gone before that happens. Director Khalid Al-Ashgar overheard private conversation.
Damn, so true. So true. And now we've got high energy lasers on the list. This has got some good implications down the line, including particle beams, which strangely, we need particle beams in order to eventually get civilian fusion reactors. I believe this will help lead into advanced superconductors or something like that. We'll see. figure it out. Laser engine is a good pickup at all times because it gives a boost percentage to combat lasers that you're using if you equip it. It makes all the lasers on your ship stronger. So, hey, I know we haven't talked about it that much, but this game is actually a space combat simulator against the aliens. I'm desperately trying to get us there, brother. I'm desperately trying to steer us in that direction. It's just not happened yet. We're getting there. Anyway, we're probably going to call this episode here, unless something funky happens with these aliens right this second. No, it doesn't look like it. We're going to call this episode here. It's probably going to be a lot more silent, sweaty work while I work my way through the tech tree and try to get Hydra interrogation. I guess you'll get an update from me next time around. I'll see you then.